I promised you actually an affordable turntable, right? And today I've got something even more interesting than I expected. If you watched my review of the Fosi Luna turntable, the one around $350, you will remember it didn't exactly impress. This review highlights something really true. Building a good turntable, especially a budget one, is way harder than people think, unfortunately. The Fosi was a Kickstarter, maybe they have improved it since, but honestly I'm done reviewing Kickstarter. So I start hunting for a proper budget turntable. And of course I had to check out the brand new Pro-Ject E1.2. Pro-Ject is one of the biggest turntable manufacturers, and after spending a lot of time with the debut and even before with the RPM 9, that by the way I upgraded with a new tonearm Evo, please check the review because it's really interesting. I was really curious to see what they could do at true entry level. And trust me, this won't be the only one. The Pro-Ject E1 review is also coming in a separate video. But today we are talking about a turntable that is coming in a retail price around $330, so about 20 bucks less than the Fosi one. And already the performance is, sorry, no spoiler, keep watching for that. When I unboxed the Pro-Ject E1.2, the first things that struck me was how serious these turntables feels for the price. Nothing here screams entry-level toy. The plinth is solid with no hollow cavities and no cheap plastic bottom cover. Just a clean and rigid chassis to avoid unwanted vibrations. You can get it in gloss black, satin white or walnut. The white finish I received is not really on the level of the debut series. It feels a bit lighter, but honestly, from 1 meter away you won't notice anything. The minimalist design actually worked in its favor. Pro-Ject clearly put the money where it matters: stability, vibrations control and real materials. You will also notice that there is no detachable headshell, and that's intentional. A removable headshell adds weight at the end of the tonearm and can affect performance if it's not perfectly balanced or well engineered, because you are not going to swap cartridges often. And the stylus is replaceable. A detachable headshells will bring more drawback than benefits. The counterweight is also damped, and if you look closely, you will notice it is not perfectly centered. This is deliberate. It keeps the tonearm moving on the same horizontal, helping minimize subsonic noise and unwanted rumble. And yes, everything here is made in Europe. Setup takes really a couple of minutes. Place the belt, set the platter, remove the stylus guard, done. But is the platter that is the star of the show. 730 grams die-cast aluminum platter with TPE damping. For this price is honestly impressive. And trust me, this platter makes a huge difference. Tonearm 8.6 inch with a surprisingly refined bearing system. No wobble, no play, nothing loose. Here Pro-Ject mounts their Picket MME cartridge from the factory, already aligned and ready to go. And the replacement stylus at the cartridge is around maybe 50-60 bucks, and the replacement stylus should be around 45 bucks. Tracking force here should be around 2 grams, and mine arrived at 2.6 grams. Probably due to transport, I have no idea. It's not a big deal. But this is exactly why I recommend having also a cheap tracking force gauge at home, to ensure that the cartridge is performing at its best. Another thing that I really appreciate is that Pro-Ject keeps everything really analog. No Bluetooth, no USB, no built-in Phono. And honestly, that's a good thing, because in this price, each extra features takes money away from the important mechanical parts. Here the entire budget went in the platter, bearings, tonearm, nut, marketing adds on. On the E1.2 there is no anti-skating. Also, this is intentional. Pro-Ject usually use the little hanging weight as we saw on the debut, but for an unbox and play design, removing adjustments avoid users' mistakes and keeps things consistent. As you can see here, on a smooth surface, the stylus will drift toward the center. That is totally normal for this design. There is a huge debate regarding anti-skating. Who is saying yes, turntable absolutely needed, who is saying turntable absolutely not. But in this price point, the fixed system works perfectly. One less things to worry about. And yes, you will need an amp with a phono input or a dedicated phono stage. If you need help, please check out my recent video comparing 8 phono stages from budget to high end. For this review I used the entry-level Fosi Box 5X5 or 5, okay, something like that I love it. Beautiful phono stage for the price. And then I connect everything to the Audiolab 7000A amplifier and the Guru Audio 8 bookshelf speaker. I will let all the reviews in the description. Guru and Audiolab together have a great energy and vibeness. A punch system perfect for a warm analog source like this. The motor is pretty quiet, another thing you do not find on a cheap turntables. Much quieter than the Fosi one, but not on the level of the debut 2 that was pitch black. You hear it only on startup or when brushing the record. From 1 meter distance, absolutely nothing. And visually, guys, every time I sit on the sofa and look at the E1.2 with this slim plinth, I think, damn, it's really a cool design. Love it. Especially compared to much chunkier record player. And at only 3.6 kilograms, so 8 pounds if I'm not wrong, it is also super easy to move around. 3 damped feet instead of 4, you will have any problem or leveling issues. And when I start listening for it, improvement were clear immediately. The E1.2 sounds clean, controlled and surprisingly mature. The background is quieter than I expected. Bass is defined, mid-range has that natural smoothness you want from vinyl. There is none of a thin, plasticky character typical of low-budget record player. I put one record I recently bought, Junior Man's. The E1.2 with the Picket MME delivered a warm, smooth sound with very low background noise. Double bass was clean and defined. Piano had that musical feeling that reminds me why I love so much vinyl. Then I switch to digital, to streaming, to compare these songs. I don't know why I always do this double taste when I review turntable. And yes, digital was more transparent, but damn, these high piano notes just lose that magic and emotional glow that the vinyl is bringing. Each time I do comparisons like that, vinyl wins. Another record that I love, Etta James, live at Montreux. Fantastic performance, deep soundstage, realistic vocals. There wasn't a single record that I didn't enjoy it. That sound is warm but effortless on the top. Never muddy, never boomy. Even with that smooth but open signature that doesn't mask any character of your setup or speaker. Okay, really quick on measures because I know many beginners don't care about it, and I know, you know guys, I like to check everything despite any the price range. So the frequency response here. In the upper treble, you can see a slight lift, adding a bit of air and sparkle without ever becoming bright. So yes, the Cartridge here is definitely having a touch of its own character. Regarding speed accuracy, I measured on 33.33, I measured 33.05 RPM, so 0.85% slower, so still under 1%. Wow and Flutter at 33 RPM, 0.16, so very good for this class. At 45 RPM I measured 45.1 RPM, and on 45 Wow and Flutter 0.10, so really good. Moving on, distortion. So distortion coming from the motor and transmitted directly to the stylus of the cartridge. We are around 4%, so very good, in line also with a more expensive turntable. Lateral resonance, so very important here, guys. It has to stay inside 8 to 12 Hz, and we are around 10.43 Hz with a peak around 9 Hz. A huge peak, but it falls in the safe zone pretty quickly. So measures are not perfect as the debut 2, but really good for the price. The Pro-Ject E1.2 set the tone immediately. This is not a toy, it's a proper platform for getting into vinyl. It's not pretending here to be a $1,000 turntable, but at only 329 euro it gets shockingly close to the serious hi-fi experience. If you are coming from a cheaper turntable, the E1.2 feels like stepping into an entirely new world. And this is exactly what I love from Pro-Ject. Remove the nonsense, keep the engineering solid, give people a proper starting point, and let the music do the talking. No gimmicks, no shortcuts, just an honest and clean performance. For around 300 bucks, I'm really impressed. Beautifully made, Pro-Ject well done. Value for money here. In a blind test, I give an 10 out of 10. And what about you? What you guys think about it? Do you have Pro-Ject turntables? Are you considering to move on something like that? Please let me know in descriptions down below. As always, hit the like buttons if you can. Of course you can. I'm joking. Do it please to support my channels and my work. Take in consideration to subscribe to Med Audio, and see you soon. Ciao.